little lengthy on the intro. A little lengthy, but
we're learning. We're just learning.
We're learning, bro. We're having a good time.
Figuring it out.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to Below the Rim. I'm Riley.
Ryan.
This is pretty monumental, bro. We made it to double digits.
We made it to 10.
This is our 10th episode.
The big 10.
You know, a lot of people thought we'd quit.
Yeah, so we
did
got a good guest for you guys today.
Yeah, we got a great guest. Real excited. But we're in the meantime, we're gonna call him a little later. But we're gonna we got some other stuff to get to first. What do you want to start with?
It feels like we kind of have to start with the president. Do we have to?
Yeah.
Yeah. DT got it.
Yeah.
He got
old Donnie.
He got the, as he would say, the China virus.
Yeah, we don't like to get political on this podcast, but
it's not going to be political. But
it's not really political. It's just kind of hilarious.
Is it hilarious? It's just I'd say ironic, pretty ironic.
Yeah, it's ironic. Ironic would be the best word. If you haven't heard, which you have, the president got coronavirus,
and he got
released.
Yeah, I wasn't like. So he got is he negative now? Did he get a negative result like in a day? That would be the quickest recovery ever, honestly.
Dude, I don't know, but he did tweet. He did tweet that this is the best he's felt in 20 years.
Do we have a cap button?
So we should definitely get a cap button.
Yeah.
But no, then he said in his little video. What did he say in his video?
Trump flags, and they love our country, so I'm not telling anybody but you, but I'm about to make a little surprise visit. So perhaps I'll get there before you get to see me. But I just, when I look at the enthusiasm, and we have enthusiasm like probably nobody's ever had. Our people that love the job we're doing, we have more enthusiasm than me.
Bro, it's always the most. It's always the most, the biggest, the best. Like it's always like it's like he just.
Is he talking about can you get to him talking about the virus? How did he?
I'm trying to see the part where he talks about the virus. Maybe it's in the beginning. Let me
read. And the first responders and the doctors. This is an incredible hospital, Walter Reed. The work they do is just absolutely amazing, and I want to thank them all. The nurses, the doctors, everybody here. I've also gotten to meet some of the soldiers and the first responders, and what a group. I also think we're going to pay a little surprise to some of the great patriots that we have out on the street, and they've been out there for a long time, and they've got Trump flags, and they love our country. So I'm not telling anybody but you, but I'm about to make a little surprise visit to school. This is the real school. This isn't the let's read the book school. And I get it, and I understand it, and it's a very interesting thing, and I'm going to be letting you know about it. In the meantime,
dude, he I don't know. He didn't really address the
COVID at all.
He didn't address it at all.
Yeah,
maybe was that the wrong video? I don't know. It's on his Twitter. Either way, dude. He did a lot of this. He did tons of that. When he starts doing this, bro, he's.
Was he moving his hands a lot?
Yeah, that's when the bullshitometer just goes. Oh, he just starts doing this shit.
Yeah, he said about his hands.
Yeah, he's really big on hand gestures.
So he's fine.
But right?
I
think he's fine, bro. I just can't believe like there's gonna be a bunch of people saying like. It's just, dude, the amount of the anti-maskers are just gonna triple down now.
Really?
Yeah, they are because he's out here.
Yeah, because their boy DT survived.
Their boy DT is gonna be like, COVID ain't shit. I told you.
Yeah, it was like 2 days and he's negative.
Yeah,
and he's like 80.
No, he's 74.
Okay, he's about
74.
80.
He's too old. He's too
old to just beat it in 2 days.
We gotta put a limit on how old you could be to like be in charge of stuff.
Yeah, because if you're really, if you know you're going out at any point, but he kind of thinks he's going to go on for a long time. But if you're like really old, why would you care what you do? Leave us, what?
Dude. Or like, I just think the presidency, you should be between 40 and 60. Really,
you should have to live.
You get a 20-year window to try. Yeah,
like all these decisions that you're making aren't going to affect you; they're going to affect us.
Well, yeah, they never affect them, but I don't know, bro. We're not going to get political.
Yeah,
this is a sports podcast.
Dude, all we put on there was Trump COVID. Why did we get to that? Why did we get that far? Okay, let's go on to the next one. On to the next.
Next thing we want to talk about.
Are we
bro?
mentally ill?
Oh yeah. About what Joe Rogan said.
Yeah, I don't. So Rogan said if you have to have a mental illness to have a podcast. We should have got that clip up there.
I think he's right for someone like us. I don't think you're mentally ill if you're like
him.
If you already have a platform or you're like a former athlete, like KD just started a podcast.
To be just like a couple.
To just be a couple jackasses in a bedroom, like just hanging out.
Just
like
moving the bed around.
Yeah, just being like, all right, so yeah, I think something's off.
Mentally ill. God damn. It sucks that Joe had to call us mentally ill. Big Joe.
Yeah,
the Podfather.
Yeah, dude.
Podfather, like he's allowed to. Like, if you have the biggest podcast in the world, can you call people with podcasts mentally ill?
Yeah, I think so.
It's fucked up.
It's
fucked up, man.
Dude, okay, so game 3 wrapped a couple days ago. How do we feel? How do we feel about game 3?
I honestly, when I heard Bam wasn't playing game 3 either, I thought this shit was a wrap. I didn't see that game from Jimmy coming.
See, but we talked about this. I told you good teams always do that shit. When they let their guard down because like 2 of the best players aren't even playing.
Yeah.
I mean the Lakers were not playing like that was a finals game at all.
They really took AD out of AD was in foul trouble the whole time. You could never get a rhythm.
Yeah, a bunch of people were like hammering AD for not showing up or not looking locked in, but
he was in foul trouble.
He was in foul trouble the whole game. He got his 4th foul in the 3rd.
Some of those fouls were bullshit. The 3rd one was bullshit.
Yeah, and the Lakers still had a chance to win. Braun down the stretch. I mean, what are you doing, man? You know what I mean? 8.5 minutes, he had like 2 points, which didn't even matter because they were already lost. 3 turnovers. When LeBron got picked by Kelly Olynyk, I knew the game was over.
Yeah. Kelly came to play.
When Lunch Lady Kelly took the ball from LeBron.
When I was thinking the Lakers were going to just go on with the sweep, I wasn't thinking Kelly Olynyk was going to have that type of game.
Okay, now this isn't. I'm not saying the Heat are better with Kelly instead of Bam. Obviously not. But I feel that Jimmy has more space in the paint because AD can't just sit there as much.
Yeah, because Kelly's got that strap.
Kelly has the clip. I had my hair up yesterday or the other day when I was playing.
You had the Kelly going.
Yeah, I had the Kelly. I had the headband with my hair up.
Yeah,
and,
for no fucking reason in the family room, just on the couch.
No. When I was going to play basketball.
Oh, that's why you had that.
Yeah, I left the hoop. And someone I hit a few jumpers, and someone said, "Oh, we're letting Kelly Olynyk score out there."
Yeah, Kelly.
Yeah.
You get the Myers Leonard and the Kelly Olynyk. That's
yeah. When my hair's long, they call me Kelly Olynyk, and then when I got the taper on the side, I'm Myers Leonard. But, yeah, dude, Kelly Olynyk's a really. I just wondered why they couldn't find minutes for him. I mean, he could shoot. Like, he's good enough on defense. Like, he's obviously not a great defender, but.
Yeah, no. So is Bam gonna come back Game 4?
I watched an interview. It didn't sound like it, but
no. And Goran, no.
Goran's for sure done because that's like a 3-week injury what he has, and like he just doesn't. He looks so sad, bro. I feel so bad for Goran. He's playing like the best basketball of his career. Gets to his first finals and then he just can't play. That sucks.
On Twitter, Brandon said Bam and Goran are coming back.
Yeah. I mean, where's his source? Like Philadelphia
Probably
Inquirer.
Philly. Yeah, he gets all his news from Philly.
Brandon, that's not true.
God.
Fake news from Brandon Rosser. Yeah, what?
Hey, I hope they play. I really do.
Dude, I wanted to see him play too. It was gonna be a good series.
I didn't take that game last night serious, honestly.
No one did.
Like going into it until the second half, I was like, oh man, they're still around.
That game is the game. As long as LeBron keeps doing what he's doing, that was his game to make sure he gets Finals MVP. Because AD got in foul trouble so bad that he had such a bad game.
Jimmy had a game.
Yeah, I can't believe
triple-double.
Yeah, dude, Jimmy's.
Oh wait, I screenshotted a couple things. Hold on, this is about Jimmy. All right,
okay,
I gotta go on. Give my boy Jimmy some love.
Yeah, Jimmy. The thing about Jimmy, bro, is people like when he says that he really is only about winning, like he actually means it.
Okay,
and a lot of guys aren't like that.
There's two things. One, Jimmy is the first player to outscore, out-rebound, out-assist LeBron in a finals game.
Like on either side?
On all three. To outscore him, out-rebound, and out-assist him in one finals game. First player to ever do it.
Now that stat just says way more about LeBron. The fact LeBron's never had someone outscore, out-assist, and out-rebound him in a finals game.
Jimmy came to play, Okay, and then next one, this one, you'll like this one. So, only players to record 40-point triple-doubles in finals history. Who do you think those three? Those Jimmy Butler, LeBron James, And one more.
And old Jerry West, old 1-8.
Old
right?
Jerry West. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. If you're on a list with Jerry West and LeBron,
back in 1969. Game 7.
The only thing is, I'm pretty sure did Jerry win in his?
He did that in a Game 7. I'm assuming if you get a 40-point triple-double in Game 7.
LeBron lost his.
Yeah, that's
2015 Game 5. He lost that. Yeah, and then speaking of LeBron, how do you feel about him walking off the floor?
Yeah, that was some bitch shit, honestly.
Yeah, that was pretty. Like, I just don't. I mean, you're 35, bro. Like that.
Yeah,
you're acting like a child.
Yeah, you're acting like Bronny.
Yeah, just it's 10 seconds, man.
Speaking of Bronny, Bronny's like, thank God the Heat got one.
Oh yeah,
just delaying that ass whooping another game, dude.
Dude, I didn't even want to ever bring the Bronny thing up on this podcast
because it's stupid.
Because it's stupid, and like I don't care.
Yeah,
he's got to know better, Bronny. You got to know better, bro.
He was just a little too high,
dude. But he was so high, he put it on his story. Like he has almost 6 million followers.
Like I said, just a little too high.
If you don't know what happened, Bronny James was accidentally posted himself smoking a blunt on
smoking
his
that
Instagram
Nuggets
story.
pack.
Yeah, he was smoking the Nuggets pack. Now a lot of people will point to his age and act like
it doesn't matter, bro.
They didn't know people that were smoking. Dude, most of
the
kids I knew his age were doing that.
A mansion in Westwood, right?
I think they live in Bel Air.
Okay, wherever they are, to himself.
Yeah, whoever's watching him is definitely getting fired or not paid. I mean, unless his grandma. I feel like his
babysitter's on the wrong side of the house.
Yeah, his babysitter's in the East Wing. Bronny's in the West Wing.
Just smoking that Nuggets pack.
That
was so funny.
How do you think the phone call went? Because LeBron for sure called Bronny when that happened.
Yeah.
So what do you think that was? Because you can't yell at him just about the weed. Like, it's bigger than the weed.
Yeah, it wasn't even that. It was like
I feel like more of it is explaining the platform,
like who your name is.
But Bronny
he's telling.
Bro, he has to know better.
Yeah, no, he does. He definitely does. It was called a mistake.
Bro, it's not just that his last name's James. His first name's LeBron.
Yeah, he's also LeBron James.
He's also LeBron James.
Yeah, you're the offspring of LeBron James, and you have this name, so you kind of.
Dude, and then you like to see, oh, he's 15, he's 16. Like, you know, everyone does dumb shit. Like, I for sure did a bunch of dumb shit, but obviously didn't have his platform. But Bronny has to know, bro. Like, when they do TikToks.
Dude, he knows.
Bleacher Report posts the family TikToks.
He was just too high. He knows, dude.
Dude, you know what? I'm going to blame Instagram. I'm going to blame Instagram for putting the close friends logo right next to the regular story logo. Can we get those like opposite corners? When you go to post on your close friends,
yeah, it's right
there. And some of us have pretty big thumbs, and Bronny's not a small guy.
Yeah.
Like,
dude, yeah, I've had some shit posted and I had to delete right away.
Yeah, I had a slip up or two.
Nothing like that, but I didn't even post it also.
Yeah, and we also don't have like the platform Bronny does.
Yeah. But like it was still.
Like some people follow Bronny just for that. Like this is how sick the world is. Some people
there's a lot of old men that follow him just to fuck him.
Yeah, all those like old old guys.
Not literally. I was not saying. It's not what I meant. That's not what I meant.
To fuck him over. You should
fuck him over. Yeah, you just interjected me, but go on.
Yeah, dude. I just think Bronny. I think he's gonna learn from it. I just think it's wild, and this just goes to show you how dangerous social media is. And LeBron's handled it well, but if you really think about when social media boomed, let's say like 2010, LeBron was how old in 2010? He's 18 plus. He's like 25, so he was like old enough, you know, like an adult.
Yeah. See, LeBron. That's something LeBron never has done. Anything like this.
LeBron's never even gotten like. He did have that slip up in that girl's DMs in Miami.
Oh yeah.
He DM'd some like 17-year-old like.
But that
hey.
Did get swept under the rug really fast.
Yeah, it wasn't like no one really talked to ESPN never talked about it.
Oh yeah, that somehow just went
Dude,
away
does ESPN
fast.
have a non-disclosure with LeBron that they can only slander him for basketball? And even then, it's only a few personalities that actually slander LeBron on ESPN.
Yeah.
Because they always say ESPN. Bleacher Report, I get why people hate. Bro, Bleacher Report is half the reason that people hate LeBron. They call it LeBron or like LeBron Report because like The guy will literally do anything. They post like pictures of just his face during a game. Like he'll make a facial expression. They'll be like, Bron's locked in. You're like, dude, this isn't new.
He really brought it tonight.
Yeah, I follow this account for like highlights and stats.
When LeBron makes this face, he's 3-1.
Yeah. Speaking of like obscure stats, bro, how do you think they have like a search engine for those? Like Tyler Hero,
stats?
Yeah, like the youngest of this or the oldest of that or the third guy.
I mean, it's got to be pretty easy to sort by age, like whatever stat database they're in, like player age, just sort it by the age. Then youngest player to do this.
I don't know,
but there are some crazy, stupid stats that they love to shove in our face.
I think they're important.
Yeah.
Yeah, just for entertainment though. Like I don't actually take them that seriously, but okay, what else do we want to get to? Doc Rivers, bro. Doc Rivers in Philly. We gotta call Brandon.
Should we give him a quick call?
You want to just see what he says?
Answers. Yeah. Tell him he's got like 5 minutes.
We're calling Brandon Rosser, one of the biggest Sixers fans we know. We didn't text him. We're just calling him. Should we even tell him we're on the pod? Or he's on the pod? Brandon!
What's good, bro? Can you hear me?
Yeah, what's up, man? You busy?
No, I'm just at the gym. What's up?
You got a few minutes?
Yeah, what's good?
Dude, you're on the podcast. Just want to let you know, just so you don't say anything.
Shit!
Just anything too absurd. What's good,
up,
man?
Ross?
I won't incriminate myself.
Yeah, don't incriminate yourself. What do you think of this Doc Rivers hire? You were the biggest Sixers fan we know, and we wanted to get your input.
It was the safest pick. It was the right pick. We just needed stability. The team is just so immature. I think he just brings that maturity to the coaching position because Brett Brown was his booty. So I like Doc. And I like, if we get Alvin Gentry, I like that better. Our defense is going to be a lot better.
Do you think he will find a way to choke with this group as well?
I mean, that's his reputation. So I don't know. We'll see. I mean, it's just like, what else could they have done? They could have went the like the Nick Nurse route and try to find the next Nick Nurse, like an assistant on somebody's team, or promote one of the other guys on the bench. But
Ty Lue?
I don't know. Ty Lue, yeah. I mean, he was a championship coach, but I guess he wants like absurd money.
Allen Iverson.
Okay, Stop joking.
Yeah, I don't think it was a bad hire. I just I don't know, man. I just Ben and Joel. Do you think he'll be able to get
a bit
of reel them in?
That's the key. I mean, it's just what coach out there could have got the most out of Ben and Joel? I think that's probably what they went out and searched. And I mean, Doc Rivers, he's the answer. I mean, it's all up to them. I mean, Doc Rivers can only do so much, but if Joel Embiid comes back out of shape, or if Ben Simmons comes back and doesn't want to shoot, there's nothing really he can do. But I feel like if there's anybody who can get through to them a little bit, it's probably him.
Personally, I don't think anything's going to change.
Yeah, personally.
Because, I heard this on the radio today, and I thought it made a lot of sense. Like, Brett Brown, right? He drafted Joel Embiid right out of, that was his first pick right out of college. He knew Joel. And, basically, Joel grew up, in the NBA as Brett Brown as his head coach. And then Brett Brown with Ben. He's known Ben since he was a little kid. So, it got too comfortable, He was like a parent.
Just like some daddy ball. Yeah, I feel you.
Right, exactly. They didn't, they were too passive. I think Doc comes in, outsider. He's like, hey, this is what the league thinks of you guys. But you know what I mean? This is what you guys need to do.
Yeah,
maybe he'll come in late.
And then when he says that, they'll be like, Doc, you know what the league thinks of you?
I feel like they have more respect for Doc than
No, that's facts. That's a great point, though, Brendan. I agree.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited. I mean, I'm still. I think I give Ben 40 games. If not, then I mean, I might think about trading him. Just me, because it's just hard. I think Joe is going to be Joe. He's going to do what he does.
Yeah, I think you trade Joe.
I would trade Joe as well. See, here on Below the Rim, we are train Team Joe.
Yeah, we're
trade Joe.
Trade Joe. No, we're not going to train him.
Trade Joe. Yeah, because you want Joe to go to Miami. That's why.
Maybe he'll be in shape if he goes to Miami. I'd like that. I'd like to see Joel in shape.
No, because he's going to want to go to the beach.
If Joe gets traded to Miami, I need at least Bam and one of the white boys, at least.
I don't want Joe in Miami. I never said that. I like Bam.
Yeah.
I like Bam's the best big in the East, buddy.
Yeah, there's really no need for Bam and Joel.
Relax, Ryan.
Yeah,
when healthy, Bam's the best big in the East.
Brandon, that's another take that I'm not even going to call a hot take. We both would take Bam, and we're not prisoner of the moment. We're just being honest. We both would take Bam. We understand he's not as offensively gifted as Joel, but I think
we don't like our centers like that anyways.
Or defensive.
Yeah, defensively, I think Bam's better.
He can guard more. Yeah, 1 through 5. He can guard 2 through 5, I think.
Bro, Bam can get up and down the floor, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Joel just gets gassed too fast.
Well, we'll think about it because Brett Brown, our whole offense was throw the ball to Joel Embiid at the mid post and Russell go try to get fouled or get a bucket.
Yeah,
that's gonna wear you out over 70 games.
That's facts.
We never had our point guard can't run a pick and roll. You feel me? Joe is never diving to the hoop. You know what I mean? So
he shoots all the threes that Ben Simmons should shoot.
That's what I'm saying. He has to Joe has sacrificed more than anybody because of Ben Simmons. And he still puts up 20 and 15. You know what I mean? Almost damn near 30 and 15 a game.
He should be 30 and 15 a game.
That's what I'm saying, yeah. So we'll see. We'll see how they turn it around. I think Al Horford's gone for sure.
Yeah, it's got to be.
And then Tobias Harris, hopefully Doc can unlock him again and get him playing how he used to play for the Clippers.
Or even get them both. If you get them both off the books and you just need a bunch of shooting.
The Sixers fucked up.
I like Tobias. I think Tobias was used. They used him wrong. That's what it was. They tried to make him a 3, and he's not really a 3. And then
he's just kind of a tweener. He's kind of that Aaron Gordon type hybrid.
When we had Jimmy and JJ and he was playing that small ball 4, that's when he was his best.
Yeah.
He could just take guys off. He's a straight line driver. He can just get to the basket, go past slow dudes, or shoot over them.
Jimmy and JJ. That's where I think he went wrong. Getting rid of those 2 guys.
Because they didn't respect the coach. You think they leave Doc Rivers?
Getting rid of Jimmy and JJ and keeping Tobias.
Well, JJ left Doc Rivers once. I don't think he'd have a problem leaving.
Elton Brand's got to go. How about that?
Yeah. No, I think you give Elton Brand
one or two.
Give him one off season, this next season and trade deadline, and then if not, then you got to maybe hand the keys over to Doc or go get another GM.
Okay, one last quick question before you go about Elton Brand. Do you think he has a weird loyalty to bigs because he's a big?
He's got a fetish.
He's got a real fetish for bigs. Do you think because he signing Al made absolutely no sense.
Al Horford, huh? Yeah.
Signing Al and then getting rid of
Horford was just a panic move. It was obvious. I tried to convince myself so much that it was right, but
I did.
Delusional Sixers fan.
In the very beginning,
deep down in my stomach and the pit of my stomach, I was like, "What the fuck are we doing?" They lost Jimmy, and then literally 10 minutes later, it was Al Horford agrees to. You know what I mean? So I think it was just a panic move.
Real Sixers thing to do.
Yeah, just
I don't know. That's what I say. We'll see this this next year. Because the thing about Allen Brand is he traded for Jimmy Butler. He traded for Tobias Harris and all those bench pieces. You know what I'm saying? He could get guys. He's shown that he could work the trade market. He could make a trade. He could pull it off. Yeah. And he also drafted Matisse Thybulle too. So he can do it, but I think Brett Brown and some of the other people in the front office, it's a deeper rooted issue with the Sixers. But I think they were kind of in his way, and this off season, the first thing he said is I'm making the decisions. The pressure is on me, which I like. So we'll see what he can do.
All right, man.
All right, Brandon. Well, good luck with that second round exit next year, and hopefully we can get you in person soon. This better
make the pod too.
It will.
This better make the pod because I've been on the pod 4 times. And
don't expose us.
This is a packed episode. We got a good episode today.
We got a great episode today, dude. This might be an hour and a half, honestly. But yeah, hey, we're gonna get you in person soon. All right, buddy.
Yeah, because we got to talk about the pod.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about the Padres, the World Series run they're making right now.
There's going to be no more technical difficulties either. We got it all figured out.
All right, for sure. Just hit me.
All right, man. I'll catch you
later. B.
All right, talk to you.
All right. That was Brandon Rosser. Great guy.
Our source for all Sixers news.
Yeah, our inside source for all things Philadelphia related.
Mm-hmm.
A little delusional. He sounded a little delusional, right? I mean,
he just sounded like a Sixers fan.
He just sounded like a Sixers fan. I don't blame him. I mean, their heart's in the right place. It's just their head and their heart just don't, you know what I mean? Because he's such a smart – Brandon knows the game very well.
Yeah.
So,
more than just about everybody we'll bring on this pod.
But then sometimes when he starts talking Sixers, I know his heart just in his head.
Yeah, a lot of feelings involved.
And it's just never the right move, you know?
Yeah, but I mean
I hope the Sixers work out. They're too talented not to. I just don't think it will.
Unless if Ben Simmons doesn't start shooting, it's just not going to work.
Yeah.
The more he puts that off, they're putting off that ring.
Saw Ben Simmons in his infinity pool on Instagram today.
The guy is such an LA guy, bro. He's trying to get to LA.
Dude, he's trying to get. He should go to the Clips, bro.
No, he wants to play.
Ben Simmons.
He wants to play with LeBron. Dude.
Ben Simmons for Paul George and like Lou Will. Wait a second. Is that? I think the money works too.
I really think Ben Simmons wants to play with LeBron and AD.
Dude, that would be
insane. But I really think he wants to. I can see that.
Best defense in the league.
I don't see him wanting to play for the Clippers.
But if he did, I wouldn't mind.
As long as he's in LA, you know, that's all he cares about.
Yeah, he loves LA.
Yeah.
And why would you not? What is he, 20?
Dude, did you watch the Cowboys game yesterday? No, we didn't. Okay, so we didn't get to watch the Cowboys game because we don't have the football package.
Yeah.
We had to watch the Bucks Chargers, which was
actually a pretty good game, dude.
Good game, but,
Bucks came back. Brady threw 5 tugs to 5 different receivers.
Yeah. But the real game, the Cowboys Browns.
Yeah. What went wrong, dude? You're more into like the Cowboys than I am. I don't really keep up as much.
Dude, I mean, you know the Browns got Baker Mayfield and Odell.
Yeah.
Bro, they just had the games of their lives. I mean, not Baker, more Odell. I think Odell scored 3 times. Bro, they were up 31-14 at half.
Yeah, somebody.
And the Cowboys, it's 41, like, I don't know. The Cowboys were down like 27, and they make a comeback at the end, and then get down to the inside the 10 and fuck themselves and turn it over and lose with the Browns. So
yeah, the Browns.
That's how my Sunday went.
It's kind of ironic Odell plays for the Browns after this last little Twitter fiasco. Yeah,
ironic how he just shit on us too.
Yeah, he shit on us. And I don't even want to say us. I don't even know if I'd like really identify.
Relax.
Yeah, you know what I mean, and like.
Oh man, that's just being a Cowboys fan. If you're a Cowboys fan, you're used to this.
What do you think is a worse team to support, the Cowboys or the Clippers?
Clippers, because the Cowboys at least have one before. The Clippers have not.
Yeah, but like, when's the last Cowboys thing? The year you were born?
The year I was born, and then I would come out, and they're like, "Oh, this guy."
Dude, you're bad luck.
Dude, I gotta change teams.
You might never see a Cowboys Super Bowl in your life.
I've come to accept that I probably won't.
Dude, I think just like statistically you will, though. I feel like every team wins within like a 70-year window. Has any team gone long other than the Red Sox?
Assuming I make it to 70.
Dude, I'll give you 70. 70's doable.
Jerry Jones. Dude, honestly, it sounds bad, but it's like as long as Jerry Jones is the owner, we ain't winning shit.
Well, Jerry Jones is about 98, so that's
I know.
He's on his way out.
I know. And then his son Steven's going to take over. Anyways, fuck the Cowboys. But did you see the NFL players, the Titans, some guys on the Titans and Steelers they tested positive for COVID?
Tested positive for COVID. Cam Newton was one of them.
Cam too.
I think dude.
You think it's gonna like start happening?
A bunch of players? Nah, because the players have before, right? Didn't a couple weeks ago a bunch of people? Remember a bunch of guys in the Marlins and the MLB? The thing is, bro, is you can't do a full season in a bubble. The NBA shit worked because they only had 8 games left and then just the playoffs. But, like, you can't do a full NFL season in a bubble. You just can't. There's too many people involved. There's like 50. How many?
Dude, on NFL roster, 50? Like the coaches have to wear a mask.
Yeah, and they get fined if they don't. And that's just.
Big fine.
That's called PR. That's marketing.
That's bullshit.
That's. Because, like, bro, if you're already on your but they could slap the player's ass. They could touch their helmet.
Yeah.
But God forbid they take their mask off when they're trying to call a play. Honestly, if I was a coach, I figured you'd like the thing so you don't got to do the covering your mouth. Your mouth's covered.
If I'm a coach, the mask is a good thing.
The mask's a good thing. So I don't really get why you would. Because now they have their mask off and they're still doing the clipboard thing.
Yeah, just keep the mask on. And then also keep $200,000.
Yeah, those fines were some of the fattest sports fines I've ever seen.
Dude, imagine they not wearing a mask and getting fined.
Did they fine the coach or the organization?
I think it's the coach.
Dude, but sports fines also feel so fake when you realize how wealthy everyone is in sports.
Yeah, and the team's probably going to take that fine anyways, even if the coach did get it, right?
Yeah, it was Pete Carroll too, right? And Pete Carroll's
like 4 or 5 coaches.
Pete Carroll's got one of the most secure jobs in the NFL. Yeah. Like, he's fine. I'm sure he could just call USC. They'll pay for it. They love him over there.
USC's always down to do some illegal shit.
Yeah, dude. Everything about USC is just I don't know. USC's cool, bro. I just think they should be better all the time, like at everything.
They have had a drought. They've been pretty average.
I think with Evan going there, I think that'll really their basketball team. I'm looking for them to make a run next year. They do the tournament. I feel like with both the Mobleys, because the Mobleys play really well off each other, Isaiah and Evan.
Yeah, that'll be fun to watch.
So that'll be fun to watch, dude. We're watching Isaiah and Evan. We're ready. Feel free to come on the pod as well.
Oh yeah, open invite whenever.
Open invite whenever, dude. We'll call the show. We'll call the show. Oh, one more thing I want to talk about, bro, before we get to our guest. Did you see what Kuz said? Kyle Kuzma?
Oh my god. We need the cap button.
Yeah, a cap button would be great. So let's just play this little soundbite.
We also need to get a better place for these buttons, man.
Yeah, bro, it will be once we get the couch.
This reach around, I'm not a big reach around type of guy.
Yeah. I mean, I've heard otherwise, but yeah, I know what you mean.
I'm not a reach around type of guy. It's just tough on the shoulder to get back there just to hear a hey.
That's when you go lean back and then you come in and then you come in here and you just.
With all due respect,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
just.
Kyle Kuzma was asked about his Twitter haters. And honestly, I don't know how to feel about Kuz's game. I think he's just a clunky fit with the Lakers. That's probably where most of the hate comes from. I also think
he just runs. He's just kind of running around.
Yeah, sometimes he does look lost on both sides of the ball.
Kuzma is the king of just running around out there.
Yeah, his game just doesn't really complement AD and LeBron too. I mean, when he's hitting shots, like he hit a lot of shots last night. And I was like, once in a while,
dude,
he'll have a game.
Anybody in the league, when you could say when they're hitting shots, they're good. When anybody's hitting shots, they're good.
Yeah, but I guess I mean it like he's not a shooter.
He's a shot taker.
He's a shot taker, not always a shot maker.
More of a shot taker than a shot maker, for sure.
Yeah, so I also think his game, he just hasn't really figured out what he wants to be in the league, and then the two of the best forwards in the world showed up.
Like he wants to be like the Tyler Hero of the Lakers, but he just can't because he has LeBron and AD on his team.
You think so?
They're just like the young scorer
that gets their fits off all the time on Instagram.
Yeah, gets
tagging
all
tagging
those
obscure clothing brands.
Yeah, all the IG models in the DMs.
Yeah.
All that. They get all that, but he just happens to play with LeBron and AD.
Who do you think's body count's higher, Tyler Hero or Kyle Kuzma? I want to say Tyler Hero.
What are their ages? They're about the same age.
Kuz is actually a few years older, so I think by default.
Kuz was a 4-year college player.
Yeah. In Utah, too. So
in Utah.
Not, tough.
Tyler Hero's first year in the league is in Miami.
Tyler was at Kentucky, where they probably They probably Rick Pitino that shit down there.
That's part of the scholarship.
That's part of the scholarship you get.
and then he goes straight to Miami, where it's just Tit City, and
that's where I mean that's why you gotta ask Robert Kraft about Miami, dude. You know what's going on down there. No, but this is a soundbite. Kyle Kuzma was asked about his haters, and this is what he had to say.
Sorry, what's your message for those people that are just keep hating, just keep saying?
I mean, I really honestly don't care. I mean, you either love or hate someone. It doesn't matter. I mean, see, I dyed my hair blonde this year. Like, I don't give a fuck. I don't care.
Now I think
insert cat button.
I think he gives a little bit of a fuck. And that's the problem with the phrase "I don't give a fuck," because it sounds like you give a fuck because you're bringing up the fuck to give,
Yeah, if you care, you don't have a long answer either. It's short.
Yeah, if you didn't care, you'd be like, it's whatever. I don't know. That's
I didn't see it. Next.
But if you have like a bunch of priests, like, I'm gonna get this off. Like, I don't give a fuck.
Well, if you go in trying to explain like how people either love or hate people, like as if the guy didn't know.
Yeah, and then here's the rest of the quote.
I mean, Twitter is for jokes. I laugh at jokes too, so it really doesn't.
The face and the shrug.
Yeah, this right here, this
face shrug combo. You give a fuck.
I don't give a fuck. Who gives a fuck? It's Twitter. It's
jokes. I only heard it. Now I've seen it. Confirmed. Gives a fuck.
Yeah, I'm gonna say he definitely gives a fuck.
What's the verdict, you guys?
What do you guys think? Does Kyle Kuzma give a fuck about his haters?
You want to introduce our guest?
Dude, I have to. Oh, I gotta pee so bad, dude.
This is perfect time to get to it.
Yeah. So our guest today is Stanley Johnson. We talked about him a few episodes ago when we were talking about playing him. We played him in high school. He went to Modern Day. Has one of the best high school basketball resumes of all time.
Four-time state champ.
Four-time state champ. California Mr. Basketball 2014. All sorts of stuff. Went to University of Arizona for one season where he made an Elite Eight under Sean Miller.
And went on to go head up with LeBron his rookie year in the Eastern Conference first round.
Right? Yeah, one of the top picks in the 2015 draft.
I think he went number 8.
I think he went 8.
To Detroit.
To Detroit. Great guy. Currently on the Raptors.
Yeah, real nice guy to just give us some time.
Yeah, give us some time, So we really appreciate him for that, and we look forward to talking to him.
Yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this.
Yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this. Thanks.
What's good, man?
Yo, what up?
What's up, Stanley? Hey, man, thanks for coming on, man. We really appreciate that.
No problem, brother.
We just want to make sure you're doing good, man. You can hear us?
Yeah, hear you guys good.
All right, cool. Right on, man. Yeah, man. So we're not gonna take too much of your time, dude. We really, we were honestly surprised you even hit us on that tag, bro. Were you just bored in the bubble or what?
Man, I had time. I was bored. I actually like watching like podcasts and stuff like that sometimes. So whenever I see some good stuff, I always like to when I do see it, I like to like comment on it and stuff like that. Kind of keeps me in tune with whatever's going on in the world right now.
Yeah, man. That's awesome, man. We got a lot of questions for you. We're gonna kind of go through. We're gonna do it sequentially, but first we kind of just want to start with like the bubble. We're gonna talk a little bit about just playing in there and what that was like. Because you were there for how long were you there for?
So I was there.
Months, right?
Yeah, I was there 2.5 months. I think from like the halfway point in July until the end of October. I mean the end of August, September. We got bounced in the second round. So we were in that's my dog, my bad. We were in Naples like 2 weeks before that too. So we were kind of like the end of June all the way until the end of like the beginning of September.
Wow, that's a long time. Did you feel like a lot of guys like just mental health? Now you don't have any kids or a girl or anything, or what's your situation as far as like family? You got because I know a lot of dudes like especially the older guys like with kids and families, like did you notice they were kind of, like Fred, for example, like that was like I saw people repost when he got to see his kid and stuff. Like did you notice that like took a lot out of them, like not being able to be around their family? Like did you feel that from them?
Yeah, I feel like I do have a girlfriend, so that was definitely probably the toughest part, or one of the toughest parts. I feel like me being like 24 and not really married or anything, it was a little easier for me. I think guys that are married and stuff, and kids are about that age where they're learning a lot and they're walking, they're talking and stuff. That's a lot of valuable time that guys were missing. And regardless of the fact, just not seeing your family in general, I think everybody took a toll on that. So it definitely was a new challenge trying to get used to being in the bubble. But I think growing up, I always played I played under 18, under 17, under 16 USA basketball, and having to go to you do the EYBL circuit and you do all the camps. I mean, you're working with maybe like 2-3 weekends a whole summer where you're actually home and able to hang out with your friends and stuff like that. So I think just for going through that experience as like grassroots and stuff like that, I think that was I was already kind of prepared for it. I remember my senior year, I think I tried to play in every All-Star game I could, and it was like maybe 6 weeks in a row, 6 different games where I just wasn't home at all. Maybe like 1 or 2 days a week. So I guess that's what it's like. But then at the same time, it's like nothing can compare to what the bubble was like, though, especially with the pandemic. It's like it was way different. But I think we did it better. I think we did it better than all the other leagues are doing it, to be honest. I think the sacrifice we made. Because like one thing I do know is like COVID, like it was no way that a guy was gonna get COVID in there. Like literally no way. Like
so with the testing, take us through that. So what was it like every day? You wake up, you get tested every single day, or
so you wake up, and you have your team slots. Like we had 22 teams there. We had team slots. So like your team will have an hour to test. You have to test every day. So as teams start getting eliminated, then they started kind of getting better at it because I'm a guy who likes to wake up early in the morning. So I would go down first thing in the morning and get tested. But you have to get tested every day. So no matter if you do it in the morning during your team slot or during the extra time they have at the end of the day, you have to get tested. And if you don't get tested, I think before 5 o'clock, the next day you got to do like an extra test. So yeah, it's like you get tested every day. And then we have practice and stuff. I think something to go with the season. I think how they had the facility set up for practices and games, like it was literally you can walk there. You can walk there, and it's like a whole facility, like you can use for like 3 or 4 hours and stuff like that. And if you want to shoot at night, boom, you're like walking there, you're like walking downstairs, like just to the lobby, and you're like on the you basically had another gym. So it was really dope to see that. But
like an AAU feel.
It was pretty smooth, bro. Like I can't lie. Like a lot of guys like have been real harsh on it. But like if you look at the good parts, like you kind of weigh it out. Yeah. I think they did a really, really good job. Like, we had state of line everything. I mean, they had to figure some things out as they went. But like from a team that I would only imagine when it's like right now when there's only 2 teams there and they got a chance to go through with everybody, they probably got everything in order now. You know what I'm saying? Where it's comfortable for everybody. But then again, there's like a lot less people there now. So yeah.
On the outside, it looked like it was running really smoothly. Yeah, we were really paranoid. We're gonna see like a controversial like star player get COVID, like big like that. That's what we were really worried about. But yeah, NBA did a great job. Do you know if they're talking about bubble next year or what the status is on that or what you've heard?
I mean, I don't think anybody want to play in front of nobody again.
Definitely.
If we have to do it, obviously, I think we would. I think it's always, as long as the pandemic is going, that's always an option. But I think the hope is we get fans in there at some capacity coming into the season. I know in Toronto, it's not as bad as it is in the States. So I know we were hoping to get some fans in there and be able to play in Toronto because I thought we had a definite disadvantage. Not like I think our card is a competitive advantage no matter where we are. No matter how no matter what the stakes are in the games. Being able to play in Toronto is definitely an advantage for us. So we're hoping for the fans and stuff like that. But I think a lot of times I think we all realize, especially in the meetings that we had over there, it's like this is a real pandemic. Like this has nothing to do with basketball. It has nothing to do with not letting fans or them trying to keep it away from us. This is like a worldwide pandemic. So we can't rush the cycle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So speaking of media, I just had kind of one more bubble related thing we were talking about earlier. We kind of wanted to know because we saw a lot of conflicting reports about it. And I don't know, because I'm assuming, because every team, so when the Bucks chose to boycott, every team was at the meeting, correct? The whole league was pretty much in. So you're in just like one big conference room?
Well, when the Bucks chose to boycott, that was out the blue. Like no one, we had talked about it. I remember, I know us and the Celtics had got together the night before, and we were a day after their game, and we were talking about boycotting, but we weren't really talking about boycotting the game. We were trying to just do like something different to shed light on the situations that were going on, especially because we knew like we were probably the most premier series of that second round, the most viewed one, and then it was kind of messed up because we're trying to get through these meetings, trying to get everybody on the same accord, because at the same time when you're doing stuff like that, you don't ever want to be one person or 2 people feel a different way than the other. It kind of looks like we're all not together. Yeah, so I don't think, a lot of the meetings weren't just like, they weren't really, we were just trying to make sure the information was spread and everybody was, on the same page with most of the meetings. And they kind of came out the blue when they boycotted it. I don't think anybody knew about it, but the players on the team. Cause I mean, we definitely didn't know about it because that sent the whole league in a frenzy. Yeah, and the meeting was a meeting. I mean, I would the best I would describe it if you and your friends or your boys are arguing over like maybe sports or something like that, and you feel one way, someone else feels another, but you guys are both saying the same thing. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like kind of working the kinks out and making sure everybody understands, what we're saying. Because I know, we have a certain amount of guys who speak for the league, but we all are the league. We all 400 of us or whatever the numbers are, we represent the league every day. So we was kind of making sure everybody knew what we were on. Because everybody has their own differences in political views and stuff like that. And we want to make sure we're all moving at the same pace with this kind of stuff.
So with that, and you don't even have to say names but just like this has to do with like the reports that were coming out is the people who feel like they are the voice of the league. Was there some tension? Like, were they kind of over speaking for some guys that maybe weren't as vocal or acting?
No, I would say like miscommunication can be like the biggest thing to start problems, like arguments and stuff like that. And I think, certain guys are speaking from a different level of experience and a different level of like, knowledge on situations and like understand, like, some people have like, like LeBron has a school, you know what I'm saying? So when he speaks and he says something, he does stuff, as I say, he represents the league at a time, like he's representing a lot more things than some people, you know what I'm saying? So when some people speak passionately about things or say certain things, it was just like, it was more like from them speaking from their point of view, right? If it was a big problem or if it was something crazy that happened, like we wouldn't have played. Because like if we couldn't figure it out, like at the end of the day, we can't play if we got 25% of the league doing this and other people doing this. So I think it was just like a lot of miscommunication, a lot of like strong feelings at one point in time. So like after we got past the feelings part and we came back for that second day and we got a chance to really talk it out, we came to like it was quick. We were all it was quick. It was like the second meeting was like 35 minutes and we were out of there and we had a plan and we all felt good about it. And it was pretty dope though, because it was like the first time you always hear about like the lockout meetings and stuff like that. And, we're really in there, trying to figure it out. We're really in there trying to make some decisions. It's crazy how a lot of people get all these stories because I feel like it really was only us in there, but I guess it was.
Yeah, man. We were talking about that. We're like, who's reporting?
These dorks,
like really,
man. You can't trust them, man. They I don't know where they just make shit up, man. So that's why we wanted to ask you that. But transition more about you as a player, man. You have one of the craziest high school basketball resumes, I think, just of all time. I mean, California for sure. I'd put you. I mean, I don't really know anyone. Maybe Lonzo's is pretty high too, but I still think yours is.
There's older guys probably, but
there's probably some old heads that could. But with your high school, man, what did you think was your best year as a team? Like, what was your favorite team you were playing? Because you were part of some great teams. You won state.
I think my favorite team was my senior year team. I think because I just think we all put it together. I mean, a lot of people don't remember we had, I think 3 or 4 guys quit at the beginning of the season. We had 3 or 4 guys quit, like starters. And I was already playing point guard, but it was different because like I felt like we weren't as talented as we usually are. Like, and guys were like, I think we had Rex Pfluger, we had MJ Cage. Like they were just young. Like Rex was a sophomore, and MJ was a freshman, and we had Jace Johnson. He was a freshman too. So we had Levette Parker and Isaiah was my age, but like a lot of these guys, like literally like no minutes played on varsity level. If not, they definitely ain't played no bigger games and stuff like that. So just seeing
that whole team kind of ran through you.
You said what?
That whole team kind of went through you because we were because that was the year you guys beat us and you guys were very top heavy. I felt like you really had to avoid foul trouble that year for sure.
Yeah, I definitely had to.
We're going to that game saying, "Oh, we just got to."
We're like, dude, we just got to get stand 2. If we get stand 2 in the first half, we got a chance.
Yeah, I remember St. Augustine and Camel Sacred Heart. They got me in foul trouble, and that was probably the toughest games I remember that year. That I felt so helpless because if I did anything else, like I was playing point guard and I was literally handling the ball the whole game. But I guess I always say this, like when you play a lot and you got the ball in your hands a lot, you kind of control the game, so you got to stay out of bad spots.
Yeah.
Like, you never really catch, like, LeBron in foul trouble. Like, because he's always, like, he's kind of controlling the momentum of the game the whole time. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I think in that regard, I was able to stay out the way in certain things. And I'm always kind of in the front court, so I never really had to go challenge shots unless I was guarding somebody else. So I kind of stayed out the way. Like, I never reached or anything, did some dumb stuff like that.
In high school.
But I think my senior year was definitely takes the cake for me. It was just like we shouldn't have. I think we should have won it. I don't think we shouldn't have won it. Like, we didn't have the talent to win it, but then we ended up winning every game, which was crazy.
And your guys' schedule was no joke either. I mean, besides us, but you guys definitely played like a typical modern day season, right? Like you played Jaleel that year.
Yeah, we played Jaleel. We played Yates. We played a team, Newman Goretti or whatever from Philadelphia in the Spalding Classic. We went to Vegas and we played in Dino's Pangos event, which was like a couple good teams.
Coach Dino.
And then we had the CIF and the state schedule at the end, which was like, and that I always think the state schedule was the hardest because these are guys that, like, I think, like, even Ed and Wanda, like, we've been kicking their ass, like, for, like, they beat us one time, but, they don't, I mean, it was, like, they had played against us so many times, like, the teams that play against you the most, those are the teams you're kind of scared of the most because they actually know you, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I remember, I just remember coaches, like, after the game, I remember they're telling me, like, man, like, they was like, man, I respect you, like, through these 4 years, and they were telling me, like, what they tried to do and stuff like that, and it was just, like, interesting to hear their point of view after it's all said and done. They definitely helped me. They definitely helped me win the game. Like, as I beat every team, the coaches were telling me what they did to try to stop me. So, like, the next games I would go into games like, okay, let me just switch this up. Let me try this differently and stuff like that. So
making you better.
Yeah, because you guys 1 year, because even that's kind of wild to win state 4 times because you didn't win CIF 4 times, correct?
No, we didn't.
Which year was that you lost?
Yeah, we lost to Poly, and we lost to Etowanda. We lost to Etowanda and Poly. I don't know. I really don't remember why we lost the games. I know Etowanda, they were really good. Like, they deserved to win the game. Maybe Loyola. I'm sorry. Was it Loyola or Poly? One of the two.
Loyola had the big dude went to UCLA.
Yeah, Loyola had Parker, and they had Max Hazard. They had Julian. They had, like, another big guy. They were all, like, they all played on the same age. I played AAU with all those dudes. Cal
they were all Soldiers guys? Oh, Cal Supreme.
Cal Supreme, yeah. They were all Cal Supreme. They were pretty good. Like, I don't know why we lost those games. Like, I feel like my first and second year, like, we were just very, like, we were overly talented. So we were very, like, selfish in certain spots. It was Poly who beat us because I remember Poly beat us. They beat the brakes off of us. They had, like, Alexis Moore who went to USC. And then the second time he came around, we just didn't play as selfish, and we beat the brakes off of him at Long Beach City College. Which
you
is,
guys
like,
were super talented.
Yeah, it was crazy. Like, we had, like, we had X and Caden and Elijah and me and Jordan and Eli Stalzer, Andy, David Brown. We had, like, 8 guys going high major, and I was like, that's, like, unheard of. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Xavier Johnson transferred from Shap.
Yeah, he left Shap or something.
Yeah.
Man, so you wrap up high school, man. You're a McDonald's All-American. You got all the accolades. Take us through that first year. You commit to Arizona. What sold you about Arizona and Sean Miller?
I think it was just Sean. To be honest, like, you do with this stuff. Like, I've always been about memories and stuff like that. And I never played basketball for, like, any, like, materialistic things or any, like, stats. Like, I really don't play for those reasons. So, like, when I was going into it, I just wanted somebody I'll be able to talk to for the rest of my life. Like, somebody who's really, like, committed to me and, like, my well-being. And Sean, like, we never talked about the NBA, really. Like, that was always a goal for me, but we never really talked about it in the recruiting process. A lot of coaches will come up and be like, yeah, you're going to be one and done and all these things and stuff like that. And now my thing is, like, my mom would say, like, what if you're not ready for that? Like, what if you're not ready, as an 18-year-old to be living like a 24, 25-year-old life? So, and that might be like, you know, I remember Marcus Smart stayed his second year. Like, I don't know what his situation was. He had no reason to stay. He just stayed because he wanted to. You know what I'm saying? What if it was that type of situation for me? Like, could I go through with it at Arizona? And with Sean, and then I think it was the best decision. I think the only team that was like, you know, really like there was like Ben Hallen, but he got fired. Like with White Way, like my freshman year. But yeah, it was great. Like it was a great year. I learned a lot that year. We won a lot of games that year. I ended up getting poked in the eye in Wisconsin. We ended up losing, which sucked. Elite Eight, yeah, which really sucked. Because I don't remember the second half at all. Like I don't remember one point in the second half
that year. Yeah, because you guys had TJ, you,
Rondé, right?
Yeah, Rondé.
Yeah, Rondé.
Yeah, you guys were. I think you guys.
Brandon Ashley.
Yeah, Brandon Ashley. Yeah, you guys were pretty huge on the front line there.
Yeah, we were a monster. Yeah, I just wish I remembered the second half. I don't remember the second half.
That's why I would not remember a half.
So Sean Miller, I mean, what's it like being around that guy every day? Because every time I see him, he looks pretty fucking pissed off. So I just is he ever like chilling or joking around or what?
Yeah, hell yeah. Sean's like super cool. Like he's super high. He's super intense, but like he's like funny. Like he's a grown man. Like I don't know. You don't really like. He gets along with me. Me and him have always had a good relationship. And we're like, I used to go to his house and have dinner and stuff like that. And like, you know, I know his kids. I mean, we play with his dog. Like, you know, he's just regular dude. But when you get inside those lines, like he's just very, very up. Like he's very like in the game, like, which I love. Like sometimes he seems like he's cursing the whole time. He's not cursing the whole time. Trust me. Like he's repeating. Like we have these things, like we do Stan's class in the morning. So on defense, like he repeats like those things in Stan's class, like the whole game long. He's yelling the whole game long. And I don't know, he's chewed me out a couple of times, so I can't say it's always like ice cream and with all shit like that. But he's a regular dude. Like I don't know, he's probably my favorite coach that I've had so far, other than my high school coach. He's probably my favorite coach that I've had so far.
Nice. Speaking of coaches, man. So what? And then that's actually a great transition because we're gonna ask you about Nick Nurse. How is it playing with Nick Nurse? And then what have you noticed about him that's special?
What y'all think about Nick Nurse?
I think he's a good coach.
See, well, we're huge Nick Nurse people over here, but some people. I'm glad he got a chance to do it this year without Kawhi because I felt like he did really good last year with Kawhi, but I'm glad he was able to showcase what he could do. But y'all have a great team too. People don't put enough respect on the Raptors, and I think you guys would have given the Heat. I think you guys could beat the Heat. I mean, we wanted to see that matchup.
I picked you guys to go to the final.
Yeah,
we both picked you guys out the East. So
we should have got the Celtics. Nick is like a savant. Like Nick is too like he's like I've seen like being around him and like just hearing him and stuff like that. Like as a basketball mind, I haven't been around one better. Like other than like coaching wise, like I haven't seen a coach be able to communicate as well as he's able to communicate.
Because he's really put his time in, right? He's been like all over the world and stuff.
Yeah, and his swag, like you know, he just has it all going for him at the same time. And like what he does, what he says it, he means. He's a great communicator. He's a great dude. And he's just like you can just tell when he talks, he's being honest. And that's the thing you as a player you kind of want the most is like somebody trying to give you the honest truth. And then that's why I can always respect him because he always tells me the honest truth at all times. And like when he like you can tell like you know game plan, like especially in the playoffs, like he's really putting his heart and soul, like his mind into these game plans and stuff like that. And he's really trying to help us be better. And he's really like for us, you know what I'm saying? So like I was really surprised we got bounced in the second round. I really was. I thought we had the best coach in the league. I thought we had the best team in the league, like full unit. And I just think we had some bad bounces. Like we had some good bounces too, but we had some bad bounces, especially versus Boston. And you know they end up getting us, which you know, like you always wish the team that beats you gets all the way. But I think we only played Miami one time this year too, which is crazy. Or twice. We played them twice.
Oh wow!
So I don't even remember what happened. I think they beat us one time, and I think we got them one time. But it would have been definitely really interesting to see what would happen with us and them, because I feel like we're like twins. Like we play like both of our systems are very like similar. We both play really hard. We both have really, really good coaches, and we both have a similar kind of front line a little bit. Like with Pascal,
very balanced scoring too.
Yeah. So
yeah,
I mean, the East only gets better. So I know next year going back, I think it'll be fun to watch and fun to see.
So then one more. I just have one more Nick Nurse question on that, and then get on OG's game winner in Game 3.
Yeah.
What was, because I saw Jason Tatum just got completely lost and just kind of stayed on his side. But
yeah.
What was the original? Was that the look? Was that like one of the looks, or what was that? Take me through that play.
Yeah. Well, if I remember, so that's a play we actually go through a lot too. So I ain't gonna tell you the exact play because I probably use it again. But that was like an option. So we have OG out there, like as in like you have to play this honest, right? That's what's gonna open up the play to happen. It was supposed to be a layup, right? So Boston does this like kind of makeshift zone. So sometimes we kind of place guys in places to make the zone bend and make them match up to go man. And they just decided they didn't want to play man. They wanted to play zone. And that's you put Jalen, like, he's in the zone, so he's covering an area. You got two dudes in his area, but at the ends of the areas. Like, you know what I'm saying? They're at the ends of the areas. So he's in the middle, he has to make a decision. And I mean, if I were him too, I would took the rim. Like, I would have took the rim. And if you watch back, like, he's still got a decent closeout. But that's definitely like something that we work on. Like we go through every option. That's definitely a live option. That's kind of why, like, if you see Kyle, he takes like all these steps back. Because you kind of figure that's like when you like, so you run against man, you run against zone, and once we saw the zone, you kind of figure like I figured Kyle kind of figured that was going to be open. So let me back up so I can at least make that pass to somebody.
Yeah, over Taco too. That's not an easy skip to make at all.
No, he was wide open though.
He was. He just had to get it there, but. Yeah, no, that was a crazy series, man, and I really wish we could have seen you guys against the Heat. But what's your situation? I guess what I want to ask, we were talking about this earlier, just because we're big on like we wish more franchises were ran kind of like the Raptors, just the way you guys actually develop players. And can you speak on like kind of Raptors culture and just why guys develop so well up there?
I think it starts with Masai. Masai's really hard on us in ways. He expects us to like do our job really, really well. Especially for like young players like me. It's all about getting better every day. Then it goes down to like Bobby, which is like our assistant GM. And like, I feel like think about us, I think our whole organization is like really good. And that's hard to say. Like, I think everywhere you go, like you talk to the nutritionist, she's going to be on it. Talk to the weightlifting guy, he's going to be on it. Talk to the strength and conditioning, like wellness, Alex, he's going to be on it. All our assistant coaches in our player development are like on it every day. Like it's not a point in time where you walk in the gym and like people aren't giving you their 100%. So it's easy for us to give our 100%. But also coming down to like actually getting better on the court outside of those things, I think our vets, like, Fred, Kyle, Serge, Mark, those type of guys, they set a precedence for us that we have to like come behind and do as well. And when you have examples like Fred and Kyle and Serge and Mark and Pascal to like see, and then also see them do well on the court in the NBA, like in the actual game, become all-stars and, second team defense, first team, stuff like that. You can just mimic things. You can just mimic what they do, and that will turn into success. So it's like we work really hard. Like I remember after a game, I was having an interview with somebody. I said, like, we're like a business franchise. Like it's pretty much all business looking on the basketball. And that's what I've enjoyed the most about it. Like I feel like even the year, like it was a tough year for me with my injury to start the season, and then I kind of fell out the rotation. But like my knowledge and like what I learned from the game this year, like I didn't feel like I left the year with nothing. I learned a lot about like the NBA and like our system, and I got better at certain things, and I was able to play a little better toward the end of the season when the minutes became available. And it's crazy because you see guys, like you see how we had like a lot of injuries this year, but guys come in the game and they're still do the same thing. Chris Boucher come in, Serge is injured, Chris Boucher comes in, gives you 12 and 12 or 10, 12 and 10, or Kyle goes out and Fred's able to do 40 for you. You know what I'm saying? Or Kyle and Fred, or somebody's out like that, and Norman comes in and gives you 30. So it's like just having that, like, that pressure on you every day, which is like good pressure. I think it's helped. I know in this year it's really helped us like go forward.
You guys got a lot of pieces. What were you gonna say?
Oh yeah, dude. So then as far as next year, you guys have some cap space to sign somebody, or?
Yeah, you got some cap space because you got a lot of free agents.
Yeah. Because everybody's coming off. So
I hope they all stay. I hope you guys stay together.
Yeah. We really want to see you guys stay together, man. We're big on the Raptors up here.
That'd be great. That'd be great, bro. We have a lot of good dudes on the team, and a lot of guys played really well this year. So like I mean, as a teammate, as a friend of these dudes, like you want to see them get paid at the highest level. Like, guys deserve, I want to see everybody have their payday. I want to see everybody eat. So that's something that's going to be hard to work out. But somehow, some way, I think when I heard about Masai and Bobby, they always find a way to figure things out. So I'm excited. And regardless of what happens, I'm excited to what happens for us next year.
That's awesome, man. And then another, we wanted to get to this kind of all over the place here, but your rookie year, man. So you're on the Pistons. Your first playoff series, you're matched up against Bron.
Yeah.
What was that like, man? Because you obviously, I mean, you're his age. You know what I mean? Like you, similar to us, you grew up watching Bron. What's that like getting ready every game to play against a guy like that?
It was it's easy. It wasn't like, I don't mean to put it like that. I'm not like saying it's easy. Like it's easy to get ready to play LeBron. It's easy to get ready to play Kevin Durant. Like it's easy to get ready to play Steph Curry. Like, cause you know what they're gonna bring to the table. Like they're gonna bring it to you every night. And so like lacing it up, it's like, okay, I get to go out there and play 100 miles per hour, 100%. I get to go out there and do everything I possibly can. And I was coming off the bench. So I wasn't really worried about fouls. Yeah. So getting going in the games, I would just like, I would just go out there and give everything. Like it was kind of easy. Like he made you like go to sleep earlier. He makes you do those things. Because if you come in any type of way, anything different, it's gonna be a long, long night. Like a long, long, long night. And I learned a lot from. I mean, like every series was crazy. It was crazy playing against him. How smart he was. Like he got to the point where he kind of figured out what we were doing, and he'd be able to say things like on the court that were happening, like that were going to happen next. So it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool. I'll probably never forget that.
Yeah, but nobody plays him as physical as you were.
Yeah,
nobody plays him like that.
This guy was getting real frustrated these first two finals games because nobody on the Heat was roughing up Bron at all. Yeah. But I
mean, it's easier said than done, obviously.
But yeah, so just not even just guarding Bron, but just as a wing defender in the NBA. I mean, there's so many talented wings. Who do you think's give me your three toughest matchups as a wing defender?
Damn, that's a good one. Kevin Durant is definitely the toughest matchup. I'm gonna say.
What is the scout on a guy like Kevin Durant? Not to cut you off on the next two.
Yeah.
Like what do you even? What?
The scout on KD. Hold on, I'm gonna go outside real quick. You kind of just want to make life tough for him. It's tough. It's not gonna stop him from getting his average. The only way you can stop him from getting his average is probably like sending bodies at him. Like when I say bodies, I mean 2 or 3 bodies. But he plays on a team where you can't do that. Like you can't do that when you're playing with in the Warriors. There's Clay and Steph out there and Draymond Green. There's no way to do it. And I think KD. I think people don't realize about him when he made his decision. I cannot talk for him. I'm not talking for him at all. I'm just saying the difference in what I saw happen playing against him. When he left OKC and he got to the Warriors, it opened up everything for him. Obviously, playing with Steph and Clay is gonna open up a lot for you. But he's almost impossible to guard now when you can't just bring bodies off him, because I think I view myself as one of the better defenders in the league, and I can pretty much guard anybody by myself. I don't need that much help. I mean, obviously they're gonna score. But with him, it's like you really can't stop him from getting the shot off. You can't block his shot. Like you really can't do nothing about him. So that's what makes him really tough. Because like I know for KD, one of his better sets is like he does like a lot of lane line pin downs. So what lane line pin downs do for you, especially with a guy like me, it takes away my athleticism because it gives me no space to run. Right? He just holds you on his hip, comes off the screen. If you go under or try to cheat the screen, he just pops out to the far corner and it's open three. If you go over, he puts you on his back and shoots right over the top of you. If you're too close, you probably foul him every time. So he makes life really tough. I would say 2 for me is Kawhi, because Kawhi is super strong. Like Kawhi uses his strength as an advantage. Like Bron, the difference between him and Bron, I feel like for me, is Bron picks and chooses when he wants to like lean to put his weight on you, where Kawhi is always, he's always banging you. Like he's always strong arming you. Also, he's super skilled and like super efficient. So you really can't give him no shots. Like he's a good 3-point shooter. He's a good mid-range shooter. He's a good finisher at the rim. So you can't like you take his 3 away. And you gotta pray that he stop. You guess when he's gonna stop. Because if you don't guess when he's gonna stop, you're gonna keep running by him while he's pulling up for 2. And then if you try to stay on his hip, he keeps you on his hip and puts you in the rim with him. So that's like, and he's a guy who can get 40, 50 points as well. And then obviously I will go with for the third one. Is Luka count as a wing defender?
Yeah. We're huge Luka fans on this podcast too. So yeah, Luka for sure counts as a wing. Because you'd be matched up with Luka. He's about your size, right? Is he taller than you?
Yeah. So. Huh?
So deceptively quick. Is he like
deceptively
quick? Yeah. What is it?
Yeah. How does he? I mean, he's so good with angles in his hips. Like, how does he get by these guys so easily?
He's big. He's strong. And he is hard to, if you understand, he can stop. He can stop himself. Like he can stop himself when he wants to stop. So it's like. That's a big thing. Like a lot of guys always worry about like speeding up and going fast and stuff. But like the hardest thing to do is stop. Like, can you stop yourself and get on balance to make a shot? So like you see a lot of his shots like are step backs because he's always on balance. Like he always can make shots because he knows how to stop himself. So that comes to play because like one with Luka, you cannot stay on his hip. Like you stay on his advantage. So if you're on Luka's and you try to run in front of him, he's going to stop when he wants to stop. You know what I'm saying? He's going to step back when he wants to step back. So it's like, it's kind of hard to grasp your mind. If you think about it for a little bit and watch some videos on him, you'll be like, oh, okay, I see what he's doing. Because a lot of times you'll see him, he'll drive right, then he'll go between the legs, and then he'll bump you and finish on the other side of the rim. But a lot of guys you see, they can't really stop when they get going. Like they don't stop. Like James is good at stopping. But Luka stops really good. So it's kind of hard. Because and then he also can score from all 3 levels. He can score from the 3, he can score from the 2, he can score at the basket. And he uses pick and rolls really well. He gets a lot of disadvantages. Like he puts you in a position where you have to switch. Now you have your 4 or 5 on him, and that's curtains.
Yeah, and they're so spread because all they really have is shooting. Around it, but that's interesting, man. Yeah, sometimes we're just wondering, like, is he just like way quicker in person, or but
strong though.
But the stopping you're saying makes perfect sense because balance is huge. People don't associate balance with athleticism, but it's a huge part of it.
Exactly, balance and athleticism go hand in hand.
Yeah, you played for Detroit, New Orleans, and Toronto.
Yeah.
Who of the three teams you played for? Who's your favorite teammate? Funniest teammate.
Best hang as a teammate.
Wow, that's a tough question. My favorite teammate so far, I'm gonna have to mention a couple dudes because I've had a good time. Andre Drummond's been really good to me. For like my first, Drew Holiday, great teammate.
Teammate of the year.
And great teammate.
Just one teammate.
Yeah. Fred VanVleet I enjoy playing with Fred. Marcus Saul, great teammate. OG Anunoby, great teammate. Like I've had a lot of great teammates, so it's hard for me to be like, But like who I hung out probably with the most so far was probably Andre. Andre's like a big brother to me.
And then why's your profile picture Napoleon Dynamite? Where'd that come from?
I love tater tots, man. I love that scene. That's like my favorite scene in any movie. When he talks about tater tots, like, where's my tots? He has a tot pocket and stuff like that. So I like to have a little fun on social media. I don't like to take it too serious.
That's good, man. Yeah, you can't be taking yourself too seriously, man. I feel like a lot of dudes. Do you feel a lot of dudes in the NBA take themselves too seriously? Like, I understand the position you guys are in, and you're the percent of the percent. But do you feel like some guys take themselves a little too seriously, or can't laugh at themselves?
I think people do sometimes. I think sometimes you do so many. You do maybe like 10 months of the year. You're on private planes and the best hotels in the world, and you're getting paid a lot of money to do things you've been doing your whole life. And sometimes some things get a little over your head. And sometimes I think reality needs to like set in. Like, we're just regularly going through life. Like, ain't nothing too serious, ain't nothing too crazy. Like, people playing, like a lot of guys been playing basketball in the NBA. Like, this is gonna be my 6th year. So like, these games don't change. You know what I'm saying? It's like, come in, do your job, work hard. And at the end of the day, like, just relax and have fun. Like, I think the biggest thing, the teams that are having the most fun win the most games. So sometimes you see guys that just go around and it's just like they feel like they have a bad game and their whole life is craving in on top of their head. When it's like not that serious. Like, you have a bad game, obviously it's terrible, but like, have fun, go back to your process of getting better at stuff. Get yourself back going and go from there.
Okay. And then I have one more, actually an analytics related question. Because I was talking with Justin Simon about his training camp experience and the way he was just telling me about like just the Bulls and the way they were treating mid-range jump shots. How is the Raptors? Do they have an emphasis on not shooting in the mid-range, or do they just not care as long as they know you can make? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like they're telling a lot of dudes coming into the league, I've heard, that to not shoot, like take those shots. Like, so how much does analytics play a part in what the Raptors do every day?
Yeah, I mean, we are definitely a team that likes to shoot threes, and we definitely don't want to shoot any We're definitely a team that likes to shoot threes, and we do layups and stuff. And then I feel like with us, like, we'll take twos, but you have to really look at like your own shots and see like why. Like, why am I deciding to take this two? Because at the same time, like, there's not many situations where you really need to take a two, but we don't ever shy away from taking twos. Like, I think Pascal shoots a lot of twos, you know what I'm saying? Which is fine because he makes those shots, It's like sometimes like guys come off the screens and shoot pocket jumpers. Like, you can get the same shot off the screen from the 3-point line. And if you go 1 for 3 doing that, you know what I'm saying? Or you go, you say you go 2 for 2, it said it. I would say we were the teams that are kind of like threes, we're not like the Rockets, but we're also not like the Thunder either, which the Thunder have twos. I think we're kind of in the middle. I think like I'm a guy who shoots twos sometimes. Like, I drive, like, sometimes, like, especially in the corners and stuff, guys will fly over my head and like, mark us all at the rim. And it's like maybe like 7 seconds left on the shot clock on the swing. And I got a guy, when I got a free 2-pointer, and take it, obviously, bolt up and take it. In the shot clock, whatever, you're mixing the dude up, you can get to a 2, take it. But if it's like, coming down the shot clock and you're 20 off a double drag or the first drag screen, and you're coming down and the pocket shot's open, like, I don't know why you would take that. You can get a better shot. Those are hard. You know what I'm saying? They really are. Like, if you look around, like, guys miss those shots. I don't know why. I don't know how. Guys just miss them. Like, they miss them. Like, it's crazy. And we're a team that, we'll let certain guys, shoot them, and they miss them. So it's like, I don't think anybody, I think just for basketball purposes only, I don't think anybody should be trying to like perfect the 2-point game. I think you should have it. It should be in your bag. But you trying, like, no one, you just can't play with two. You can't, unless you're getting layups and stuff and paint shots, you can't play shooting long twos. You're not gonna be efficient enough.
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, because I feel like a lot of guys thought they were better mid-range shooters than they actually are, and that the analytics. I imagine the analytics guys come down and talk to the staff or the players directly, or how does that work? Like the number. You guys number crunchers up in the office, or what are you guys doing up there? Yeah, it's like you get lectured by those guys to stop shooting twos.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely have we definitely have like number crunchers and stuff like that. Like we get all of our stats almost every day, every week. So we know, like, you know, we can see it on ourselves, but like I think as a team, like we come on, this is how we play. Like this is what we do. So as a team, it also helps with like defensive transition. If we know we play like this, so when these shots are available, you know it's going to go up. So if you're not on the way of the board, you just get back. So I think it's just like a collective thing of like, this is how we play. This is what we do. And we all kind of go with it. And it works for us.
Well, I don't got any more on this view.
Oh,
yeah.
That was better than.
Yeah, Stanley, we really appreciate you coming on, man. And you know, you're always welcome to come back. And I guess all we ask is that you repost this. Yeah. That'd be a plug for us. That'd be cool of you. But just you coming on was great, man. Yeah. So what's your plan for this off season?
Sure, go back.
Like, what's your like point of emphasis? Like you want to work on this off season? Like anything you're trying to add or focus on?
Yeah, just like ball handling and shooting. It's like the biggest thing for me. I want to, you know, transition to a position where I'm handling the ball more. So I want to be safe and secure with it. And then as always, I've been needed to work on my jumper for a long time. So I just keep working at it. And just putting up a lot of shots. And I think the only way to get better at basketball is playing basketball. So play a lot of basketball.
Yeah. Is Rico Hines having stuff this year? You gonna pull up the Rico Hines?
No.
No.
So I don't think so, man. This COVID stuff, like we can hardly get into a regular gym. I know UCLA's not gonna let us in there to play.
Yeah, UCLA wouldn't put up with that. All right, cool, man. Well, we appreciate having you on, man, and we look forward to watching, man. We've kept up with you all the time, man. We're big on SoCal guys. We always keep up, so we'll be watching, man. We're looking forward to it.
All right, bro. Have a good one. Thanks for letting me on.
Appreciate it, Stanley.
All right, man.
I just want to talk, give me the throw, please. It's only been a year, you don't know me. And I'm screaming R.I.P. to Kobe. Oh, he's a lefty, kinda like Ginobili. Wait, that was last year, you don't know me. That was last year, that's the old me. Witching, shorty wanna curse me. Can you get my dreams at the hearse, please?